Okay, so I really don't know why I have done this. Why did I buy Test Drive Unlimited on the PlayStation 5? I mean, it has nothing to do with the PlayStation 5. I was just going for the PlayStation 5 version because I like this controller. Of course, I can get it on a PC as well and most likely play it with the PlayStation 5 controller as well, but hey, that's how it is. But look, I don't know why I bought this. Really, I have no idea. I was probably hoping for the same atmosphere or the same experience what I had when I played a test drive game for the very first time. And I think it was back then when I had an Amiga or Atari, a long time ago, long time ago. But this must really be a joke, to be very honest. So not just in regards of the picture quality or optic on the PlayStation 5 and most likely on the Xbox as well. Again, I don't know PC if there's a difference, hopefully, but also in regards of HDR, because yes, the game somehow supports HDR, but on the other hand, it doesn't work at all. Okay, so how do we start this video? I'm not quite sure because there's a lot to complain in this video, but I would like to start with HDR. And I'm pretty sure this right now looks on the camera really good, but this is because of the settings. This looks like HDR most likely for you right now. Believe me, this is absolutely awful. It does look awful, really. That's the only word I have for this at the moment. So let's start with HDR. So the game definitely starts with HDR10. Definitely, I double checked this. So there's a HDR10 mode on a PlayStation 5. So, and we have also, when we go to the options, we have under video, we can actually toggle HDR on and off. So, okay, so far so good. Okay, then we have a couple of settings which are very nice if they would work. So if HDR would work in general. So we have black point, but just have a look when I'm increasing this value. Nothing is changing, literally nothing. The same for the white point, nothing is changing, absolutely nothing. So the maximum peak brightness right now is roughly around 270 nits in the HDR mode. So, but again, I can toggle between HDR and SDR, nothing is changing. So as soon you disable HDR, you can actually change the contrast and brightness. So this is actually working. You know what I mean? So even you toggle back to HDR, it stays the same. So it's terrible wrong. It doesn't work at all. So there's the only mode what is working at the moment is the SDR mode, and this even in the HDR mode. So I'm not quite sure what this is. I have just a couple of questions. So this game, this looks absolutely fantastic now. This game is already available for several days. I'm pretty sure there was an early access, and I didn't want to spend extra money. I'm just waiting for the official release, which is today. Does no one has ever reported this or found this, or what's happening here? Is this just me? Is this just my PlayStation? This looks absolutely, I have to change this back. I mean, look. This, now I'm really upset because I paid, I think, $80 or $90 for this. And I wasn't expecting a triple A game, okay? Let's say like this. I wasn't expecting a perfect game, but I was expecting a proper game, at least in regards of picture settings, in regards of the visual quality and stuff like that. This is not the case. And we're talking about the picture quality in a second, because this is absolutely awful. It doesn't matter if you play in the absolute almost perfect 60 FPS performance mode or in the cinema mode called graphic mode. I don't know who is playing actually a game like that in 30 FPS, because it is absolutely awful. But anyway, that's just probably my thing. I like 60 FPS, okay, but it doesn't matter. Even you change this to the fidelity mode, it's absolutely blurry. It's absolutely, you have a lot of shimmering, you know, aliasing, and wow, it's just absolutely, in Deutsch, grauenvoll. Okay, so let's take a closer look on the visual quality from this game and on the graphical quality. Okay, so visual quality for me is always if a game is or a picture is blurry or has aliasing or shimmering, stuff like that. Okay, so first of all, visual quality is absolutely awful. Doesn't matter in what mode you're playing, the game looks absolutely blurry, unsharp. Okay, even in the option menu, this looks like 720p, to be very honest. This is not sharp at all, and it's not my TV. Okay, I turned on this game and I was like, what is going on? Did I do anything wrong? I went back to the main menu. Oh, this is very nice and 4K sharp, but then you go into the game and see, oh, this is really blurry. Absolutely a mess in my opinion. The graphical quality in regards of texture quality, in regards of pop-ups, in regards of also shimmering and stuff like that, it's not even better. And again, it really doesn't matter if you play in the graphic or performance mode. Okay, so I don't want to sound that I'm just complaining about this game, because I have to say a couple of nice things as well. So I do like the handling from the car. I like the gameplay. I like the feeling when you drive the car. And yes, it's an arcade race, okay? So don't expect anything like Forza or GT7, okay? It's an arcade race and that's absolutely fine. But sorry to say this optic here I would expect from the PlayStation 4, not from a PlayStation 5. And don't come with, oh, we're getting soon the PlayStation 5 Pro. Maybe we have then a 1080p solution. Resolution, not solution, sorry for that. But you get my point. This is awful. We have games like Forza on the Xbox, games like GT7 or other racing games which are looking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. No problem at all. This is very, very bad in my opinion. And again, I have to change this because this is still the graphics mode. Thanks God they're not calling it fidelity mode, because then I would be very upset. This is awful, this is just this I don't know what this is. This is PlayStation 3 maybe, to be very honest, and it's so blurry. I don't know if this is FSR 0.1, or something like that, but I don't know if they actually added motion blur over motion blur to make sure you can't see all the shimmering in the background, which is also awful on a big screen. It's not good, okay? So again, in regards of gameplay and stuff like that, I really like it. This is exactly how I remember those games, okay? But even this is so, it's not sharp at all. It's not sharp at all. And this mode actually, I think because it's the cockpit, the rest is even worse, to be very honest. I mean, if you don't believe me, just try the game, just get it, but don't complain later on, okay? So again, in regards of gameplay, I really do like it, but because of the optics, because HDR doesn't work at all, this game is not to recommend.